Pure strike. Oh, come back. Get in the fucking hole, dog. Oh my gosh.
God, dude, that was close.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, that's the one.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to another golf vlog. Today I'm at Wolf Creek in Mesquite, Nevada. Gonna be golfing 18 holes in this desert course. Looks unbelievable on some of the drone video, so I'm quite excited. Should be a great day. There's no wind and it's about 15-16 degrees now. Should be getting onto the first tee very shortly and have a day of it. Now, after arriving to the clubhouse and checking out some of the pro shop, I did like this layout, so I will give the clubhouse a 9 out of 10. Now, after checking in, I of course love to go for some practice. Checking out these practice facilities, it was completely packed and some of the greens were tarped, so there wasn't a lot of room to move around, but we still got some putts in. As we can see here, it was irons only, which I'm not a fan of, so we have to give that a 6 out of 10.
Either one of you played before?
No, I have not.
First time, all right. Pin position is, we go by front, middle, back rotation.
Today we started on the back at hole 10. As we can see, it is very skinny over the water, but I was able to put one down the fairway. Now, I didn't get the distance I wanted, so I used a hybrid off the fairway, which did end me in the sandbox. Luckily, I had a biter of a chip, which stuck me close enough to tap in. Next is a par 3 with elevation, and we can see some skydivers coming down right beside us. Now, I hit this ball a little thin, so it peeled to the right here, leaving me with a chip onto the green. Luckily, I read the break and had the weight, so I had a putt to save par. Moving on to an elevated par 5, you do see dog legs a little left, so I do try to cut the corner just a little bit. Luckily, after the rollout, it hung up on the side here, but I did end in the sand for my layup. Give myself a decent shot at birdie, but slip it just a little, tap in par. Now, speaking of the course conditions, as we've seen, I was in the bunkers quite a bit. They were in great shape, so I give these a 9 out of 10. The fairways were also very lush, overseeded possibly, so I'm going to give them also a 9 out of 10. The greens were rolling firm, they were a little dry, so I will have to give them a 8 out of 10. Hole 14 also has an elevated tee box as we wind through this hill. I was able to mash this drive and put it right in the fairway. I was able to stick the green, but a long birdie putt here. I did push it to the outside thinking it might run down, but I tap in for a par. Now, this beautiful elevated par 3 gave me a hole-in-one scare, as we can watch.
Pure strike. Oh, come back. Get in the fucking hole, dog. Oh my gosh.
God, dude, that was close.
Oh my.
Now, this would have been incredible to have on camera, but a kick-in birdie is great nonetheless.
Yeah, so crazy. So this dude signed my...
Now, this par 4 had quite the hazard you had to carry. Luckily, my driver did get over and gave myself a great wedge shot into the green. I'm able to find the right weight, but just a little too right of the pin. Another elevated tee box for this par 5, and a very small landing area, so my ball did peel into the sand, but gave it a little layup to try to get onto the green here. Myself a birdie putt look, but it is quite the distance, so I am happy to leave with a par putt. Hole 18 was a shorter par 4, so I will be using my hybrid off the tee box. Now, unfortunately, I caught this wedge shot fat, so I did have to chip again onto the green, but managed to get it close enough to hit the par putt. All right, at the turn, got myself a pork missile, some chips, and a beer. I'm happy with the turn. The pork missile was decent, so we will give this a 7 out of 10. Now we kick off the front with a par 5, striping my driver down the right side of the fairway. Now I was over 200, so I did use my hybrid, but it did turn to the left just a little bit, leaving me in the sandbox. This bunker didn't have a ton of sand, so I did kind of scull it over the green, but my second chip was a saver. Hole 2 was extremely elevated. Now the tee boxes we were supposed to hit off were a bit lower than where we wanted to, so we went to the tips and crushed it over the dunes. I was able to land it on the green, but had quite the uphill putt for birdie. Luckily we put it close enough to tap in par. Talking a little bit about the course layout, I personally love elevation, so I will give them a 9 out of 10. Secondly, the course beauty was out of this world. As you saw from the drone shots, I will have to give this also a 9 out of 10. Hole 4 is also a shorter par 4, just trying to get it down the fairway to have a nice wedge shot into the green. Loving that flight path there. This gave me a great look at birdie, but I just miss by about a ball length. Now the course is narrower, so I am glad I was feeling my driver today.
Oh yeah, that's the one.
Now this left me with about 190 yards. I used my 5-iron up the hill, but overshot it just a little bit, giving my chip a chance for eagle, and my birdie putt just slips the hole once again. Another elevated tee box here. Using my driver, I end up ripping it down the fairway, give myself a wedge into the green. Now this putt hurt as it was less than 6 feet, but I will have to card a par. Another short par 4, so I will be taking out the hybrid. Trying to put myself on the fairway, give myself another wedge over this hazard up onto an elevated green. I also want to talk about the customer service at the course. I did enjoy everyone I talked to. They were very friendly. We're going to give this an average of 7. We end hole 9 on a par 4. I use my driver, but it does end up on the left side of the fairway. I had an incredible experience here and would definitely be back again. I'm going to give this an overall 9 out of 10.